Good morning, world. Stephanie here on my morning walk, freezing cold Vermont. On today's edition of Soil and Soul on Sacred Earth Essentials, where I believe the earth is sacred. And you are too. So here we are in Vermont. Today's topic is going to be a quick one because I have plenty of projects that need to be completed today, both in the home as well as for work. So today I'll be focusing on completing some coursework for a course about the specific needs of women in substance abuse treatment and the ethical codes, as well as a refresher course on ethics, confidentiality, and the CFR 42 for the substance abuse counselors, alcohol and drug abuse counselors. So I'll be focusing on that today to renew my license in that regard. And how does that relate to soil and soul? It actually relates a lot in the sense that if we're adding poisons, toxins into our body, if we're adding poisons and toxins to the soil, then we're poisoning the life there, and the life there is not able to live or function at its optimal capacity, right? Same with a car. When we take care of a car, it runs better and lasts longer. So we must also take care of our body and not be dependent upon substances for relief. And I know I personally have struggled with alcohol in my life. I spent almost 12 years working in restaurants, and I say that with glee because I did have fun and had friends during those years, but there was a lot of excess drinking that for me I had used as a maladaptive coping mechanism for many years after my father's death. Not proud of those years, but willing to speak about it because in sharing our experiences, we are better able to help other people. And also, in light of soil, thinking about how even soil needs a rest from certain types of production. If you're constantly, if you have a field of corn, like GMO corn, for example, and you're planting it in the same field year after year and adding chemicals to that soil that deplete and harm the soil, eventually the soil is useless and you're not getting the crop yields that you normally would, and the crops that you are growing do not have the nutritional value that they used to. And so again, looking at that relationship between what you add and what you get out, and how when we add healthy things to the soil and to our bodies, that we are healthier. We get a healthier, better output result. And so with soil and soul and psychology, literally meaning the study of the soul, we can spend time in nature, take our morning walks, drinking plenty of water. One tip, one trick that I have used, I suppose it's more of a tip, is that when your muscle memory, your habit wants to reach for an alcoholic beverage, you can replace it with a glass of water. So drinking a glass of water before you choose to reach for an alcoholic drink, for example. One thing that I've also done is using a CBT style, the cognitive behavioral therapy, is writing down, or there's a lot of free apps that help with this also, writing down when you have a craving for alcohol and why. And I still get cravings, and I am not 100% sober. I stopped drinking heavily when I had my son. I mean, I stopped drinking altogether when I was pregnant, and during the beginning years, I did not drink like I used to, especially after moving up to the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont and really focusing on my career and working, in a Suboxone methadone clinic, helping people to stop being addicted to opiates. And I really loved that job. That was one of my favorite jobs that I've ever had. And which is why maintaining this license and this function in my life is important to me, because I was able to see people get better, both short term and long term. And to also study addictive behaviors and tendencies, beyond just substances, even relationally speaking, for example. So now, although I don't drink heavily, I still really appreciate good Vermont IPAs, and I love red wine, but I cannot have more than 2 drinks ever. If I have 2 drinks, I feel drunk, and if I have more than that, or even just the 2 drinks, I will feel hung over the next day, and then that depletes me of energy that I should be using more judiciously, I'll say. And so when, it's funny because I can go out to a bar or a party or something like that and not feel the need to drink. And that is because I'm having fun and I'm connecting with other people. I do like to have that glass of wine with dinner, kind of Italian style, but I know that I don't need it. And although I can go weeks without drinking, I'm not like my brother. I'll give him credit, going plenty of years without a drink at this point. So alcoholism is a topic that is near and dear to my heart through my personal experience with alcohol, as well as being around a lot of other people who use alcohol. And again, one of the main healing components for me has been plant medicine and nature. So spending time with positive people, plants, and nature is a great healthy coping mechanism if you are someone who is trying to reduce alcohol use or other substances. And cannabis has been found to help people in recovering from alcoholism as well as opioid use disorder. And I personally love cannabis, and you guessed it, that will be the next plant that we will discuss here on Soil and Soul, because cannabis has a rich history. We'll talk about its origins, tying into the theme of the new year, the Chinese New Year, as well as how it helps with soil regeneration, the sequestration of carbon, and it also is medicinal on so many levels. And so we will talk about cannabis tomorrow. And for today is a Soil and Soul day to honor the soul and to honor the need for rest. That just as the soil sometimes is depleted from overuse, the soul can feel depleted as well. So using today to fill your cup with clean, fresh water, cleansing out that system, your liver, your kidneys, helping to lubricate all parts of your body, feeling the emotions that are associated with water, which oftentimes people will use alcohol to either A, avoid their emotions, or B, connect to their emotions. And so today, using water to connect to your emotions and to cleanse yourself, to cleanse the soil of your soul of anything that is there that is holding you back from being your best self and living your best life. All right, folks, I love you. The earth is sacred, and you are too. Be at peace and always be a blessing. Bye.